Hello, Happy New Year 2017. Yes, I wasn't sure I was gonna do a live chat today because it is New Year. I figured everyone would be sleeping in late after a long late night of partying, but I figure why not? If nobody shows up, at least I can have a Happy New Year saying to everyone in the YouTube comic community. It was a great year in 2016. It was a good year for me. Nothing to complain about, nothing to gripes about. Health wise, wonderful. Family's doing good. I'm thankful that everybody's doing great as far as my family. I hope everybody else out there experienced a decent, if not great, 2016. Hopefully 2017 will be a fantastic year. Already one of the books that I highly sought after for my um, top 10 list for 2017 already. I got one coming. Happy New Year, Johnny Noise. So I'm excited that I can knock off one key book of my big list. Hint, 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 hint. Hello, Thomas Churchill. Good morning. Happy New Year to you too. Let's see what I. The one thing I want to talk about is I'm a huge Alien fan, and the trailer for the new Alien Covenant. I'm not too crazy about the name Covenant. It sounds kind of hawkish. Man from Beantown, hello. Um, but I saw the trailer. Uh, Rogan Fo, hello. I don't think I have ever seen you on the live chat before. But the the Alien trailer, I finally caught that. I think 2 days ago, and I'm not happy. You know, Prometheus was a huge disappointment, even though the trailer looked good. I'm hopeful that this trailer is the opposite, where I'm not happy about the trailer, but the movie will be good because I felt that they revealed too much in the trailer. Why would you show that much? I mean, Prometheus was a huge disappointment for a lot of people because it was not even an Alien prequel. But I think this the trailer for Alien Covenant was almost overcompensating, where it showed too much aliens. It showed you who's gonna be infected. It showed you who's gonna die. Why? What is wrong with people? Come on, Ridley Scott. I'm a huge fan of Ridley Scott, but come on. Oh, I saw that trailer and I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? It looked like a slash horror B movie. It's not even. It looked like I said, when you see a movie that has nothing but a bunch of adult yelling and screaming in terror and showing multiple shots of the alien creatures, you're just like, is this a horror movie? Yes, it's a horror movie, but like I said, the man from Beantown agree with me. It should be a horror movie slash action. That is to be expected from an alien movie, but to me, it showed too much. When you are showing who, hello David Ross, when you're showing who's infected, when you're showing the person that's going to be infected, and then show how the creature is popping out of his back, his spine. Why are you doing that? I have been very critical of Ridley Scott, even though I'm a huge fan of Ridley Scott for a long time. But then his last few movies was been a clunker. And then when The Martian came out last year, a lot of people said, "Oh, he's back. Ridley Scott is back. The Martian is awesome." The Martian was okay. I can't say enough that I don't think the movie somehow say to me that Ridley Scott is back. I enjoyed the movie. It looked good. The story was okay. I have a lot of nitpicking that I talk about. Hello, Black Star. But as far as awesomeness and Ridley Scott is back, I was one of the few that say that I don't think that he is back. He need to prove to me that Aliens Covenant is a good movie before I would declare that Ridley Scott is back. And if he's not back, it's okay. I have enjoyed many Ridley Scott movie, but oh, that trailer, brutal. Okay, I don't know what other people, at least Man from Beantown agree with me that they showed too much. Hello, liking, and it is Sunday. Um, Yesterday was New Year Eve, and my wife and I was trying to figure out what to go see as far as a movie, and we were so bummed out that it's one of the few New Year that we could not find a decent movie that we cared to go see. Passengers get horrendous. I mean, I saw the preview for Passengers. I'm Jennifer Lawrence burnt out. Yes, I'm not a huge fan of Jennifer Lawrence after the X-Men, after the that other series that she did with the Mockingjay. Or enough of that. So Passengers, not a huge fan of the trailer with Chris Pratt. So, and then we heard and read many bad reviews. So out the window it goes. And it's Christmas Eve. I'm not in a mood. I told my wife, I'm not in a mood to see tearjerker, sad drama like Fences or what's the other one? The one with Will Smith that looked. I'm not, that's another actor that I think is, strange. A lot of people love Will Smith. He have a lot of charisma. Often he play himself. You know, in Suicide Squad, it wasn't Deadshot. It's Will Smith. Okay, not that I dislike Will Smith, but you get what you pay. You get Will Smith. I to me, I wish Will Smith have a wider range, and he does. Will Smith have exhibit a great range. Like one of his better acting sharp role was Ali. I thought he did a good job playing Muhammad Ali. At least he didn't come across as Will Smith. Many other roles that Will Smith play, it's just Will Smith. To me, at least to me, it's not that shot. It's Will Smith with a gun, with his same, his personality overtake the character. It has nothing to do with the character on written page or in comic books or whatever. It's Will Smith with a gun and the eye patch thing, whatever. So yesterday it was a bummer. We went out for dinner, but as far as movies, we decided to just stay in and watch Netflix. Lois Lane, hello. How did I like Doctor Strange? I like it okay. I think I'm pretty sure I did a review for it. I talk about Doctor Strange in quite a few live chat. I thought it was okay. As in most Marvel movie, it's okay. In my book, it's not like mind blowing. It's okay. I think I like it less the more I think about it. In all honesty, when I walked out of the movie theater, I said, "Oh, I'm not annoyed. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh, that was awesome. Not. I just don't have that in me. I know a lot of people that every time they go see a Marvel movie, it's just like, it is awesome. No. There's a lot of people that just love Marvel movies. And it's just not my taste. I tend to think that they average, in all honesty. I don't, There was maybe one or two that I would consider bad, as in Thor: The Dark World. I put that in the bad. But as far as the rest of the movie, it's from average to good. Okay, good would be, I think Civil War is good. The Winter Soldier is really good. Okay, that's one of the top three Marvel superhero movie for me. Okay, I like Iron Man 1, the first Iron Man, because I thought that for me it works. For me, it works, and it launched the Disney Marvel universe as we know it. Uh, Lois Lane asked a question: how to spot a tear seal? A tear seal should be pretty easy to spot because it's just a tear. You know, if you have a book, right? If you have a book, and assuming that this is the cover of the book, and there's a tear, right? No matter how clever, no matter how clever you are in applying a glue, you're still gonna see the tear. Okay, so Lois Lane, it's about having the eye. Okay, many of your questions regarding grading, spotting restorations, my best answer I can give you is having the eye. Like, how can you not spot a tear? Even if you put a line of glue, right, across this to seal it, you can still see it. It's not rocket science. Okay, the hardest spot to spot tear seals is on square bound books when they apply a tiny bit of glue um, to seal a spine split on a square bound book. I have seen that happen. I have caught a few books where there was a spine split on square bound books, and the seller put a little bit of glue. But like I said, it's about having the eye to spot it. Okay, it's not. There's no magic. When it comes down to restoration checking, whether it is color touch or tear seals, it's having the eye, seeing, understanding how books are put together, and see it. You can see it. You shouldn't. I have never missed a tear seals. You know, in all my years of collecting, to me, tear seals is probably one of the easiest restoration to check compared to color touch or trimming. Yes, the first Hulk movie was bizarre. Okay, Man from Beantown. I'm telling you, I saw that movie when it came out. I thought it was just completely horrible, and I see it again. I saw the first Hulk movie again just maybe about a month ago on cable TV, and I intentionally skipped the first half, and then I watched the second half, and I thought the second half with um, the action was actually pretty good. For the time, the time that that movie was made, I felt that the CGI and the action in the second half of the movie was decent. Still a garbage movie, but in hindsight, now that I watch it again for the second time, I thought that yeah, Hulk looked pretty good, and the action was fairly fun to watch. Forget the story, forget the character. When Hulk is fighting, when Hulk is smashing, it was pretty good. First Daredevil, I didn't hate it as much as many people. I thought it was okay, maybe average. I thought what's wrong with Daredevil was not Ben Affleck. I think a lot of people may dislike Ben Affleck. I did not have trouble with Ben Affleck. I had trouble with Elektra and Bullseye. I thought they trying to squeeze in way too many characters in the first movie. That was my biggest problem with Daredevil. If they were just focusing on maybe just Bullseye and the Kingpin, it would have been okay. But the fact that they squeeze in Elektra and her storyline in there as well, it become a mess of a story. I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I thought that it could have been much better if they cut away one of the character, Electra. The worst part was they include Electra and then they did the Electra movie. No, the worst, a movie that was worse than the Hulk and Daredevil is Electra. Trust me, that is a huge pile of cow dung right there. Okay, trust me, I seen it. Wow, wow. Hello, Charles White. Deadpool was pretty good. Because I'm not a Deadpool fan. I was never a fan of the character in comic books. Um, the movie was good. I enjoyed the movie. It was a fun movie to watch. I only seen it once. Okay, so it's not mind blowing for me to go want to see it again. Will I see it again if somebody have a DVD and I can borrow it? Sure. If it's on cable, sure. But as far as me having a desire to see that movie more than once in a theater, no. 2016 Best Pictures. Lois Lane asks, Best Picture for 2016. Oh, tough one. I thought 2016 in general was not a great year. Not a great year. I did not walk away in 2016 and say, wow, I love the movies this year. A good question. I agree, only John. Like I said, the Daredevil, the Kingpin, all that stuff is good. Okay, all that stuff, even the romance between Daredevil and Elektra was not bad. I would not mind if they did not reveal Elektra as Elektra. Keep her secret identity for the sequel if the first movie was a success. To me, it was frustrating to watch that movie because it has so much potential. It has a good structure, a good cast. I'm not too crazy about Farrell as Bullseye, but he was okay. He was okay. The Kingpin was fun, believable. Elektra. Civil War, best movie of 2016. For sure, is Deadpool, Civil War. As far as as far as non-superhero movie, it was a dud, a big dud for me because I'm telling you, Jason Bourne. Arrival was I like Arrival, but it's not it's not my favorite movie. I would exclude all the animation and Pixar movie because they're okay, nothing mind blowing. No, 2016 is just a blah year, a blah, a whole lot of blah. Sadly, that's how I feel about 2016. Man from Beantown, yes, I would say Elektra. I agree on Elektra, Hulk, Spider-Man with the Electro with Jamie Foxx, horrendous. I thought Spider-Man 3, the one with Venom, was not good, but it's not horrible. It was plagued with Sandman, not an interesting villain whatsoever. I wish the movie was about Venom. I wish Spider-Man 3 was about Venom and just Venom. I think that would have been a much better movie, give more screen time to Venom and have a big battle with Venom. No need to squeeze in Sandman. Sandman is a B-lister at best, more likely a C-lister in my opinion. When you put together, he may have been the third third Spider-Man villain to be created, but just because he's number 3 does not mean that he need to be in Spider-Man 3. it's Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman, blah. You know, it's just I didn't hate either movie. My review is slightly above average, and that I think is polite and generous. I like Batman vs Superman more than Suicide Squad, even though I felt that Suicide Squad has less issues um, than Batman vs Superman. But the problem with Suicide Squad for me is that I don't give a rat ass about any of the characters. Okay, now if you're a Harlequin fan, I can see why you would love the movie. But even then, I thought Harlequin was just like bleh, uninteresting whatsoever in her move in the movie. And then as far as the rest of the squad, like I said, people say, "Oh, Will Smith is great." It's that shot. It's that shot. It's that shot. Who cares? And then Killer Crocs, Diablo. No, not a big fan of it. Like I said, that's the problem with Suicide Squad is, you know, if I couldn't get myself interest in any of the characters, none whatsoever. So it was a movie that was forgettable for me. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame that I don't know the story. It's just not good. Surprisingly, the movie I think did well, right? I think Suicide Squad did well enough that they are spinning off Harlequin and whatever other some other characters. I heard, but I'm so not interested in it that my brain flush it out. Okay, it goes in one ear, I flush that out. Harlequin and Poison Ivy and some. I couldn't give a rat ass about that. Oh, brutal! A brutal year for DC for sure. Oh, can you hold for a second? It was Anthony. Anthony just got home. My son Anthony went to his cousin for the last 2 nights. He went up there because he went to my in-law that live about an hour away from here. They have a big fireworks shows that the neighbor and them put money together and do a big fireworks for New Year Eve. And Anthony want to he did that for the past couple of years. He liked fireworks. So we sent him away for 2 nights and he's just coming home. We probably will run off for lunch early. That's why I start the chat early today. It's 11:15 right now. Scott is here. That clone said Margot Robbie and her short was the only saving grace. She looked good. She looked believable, but you know, I just have a real hard time with her fitting in with that group, given that she has very little skills. You know, it's just odd. You know, a lot of people compare her as, oh, you know, it's okay to put her in the Suicide Squad even though she doesn't have, you know, superpower or super intelligent or whatever it is, because just look at you know, Batman in the Justice League. I'm like, no, Batman has a lot more skill set and things to offer than Harlequin. The same thing with Black Widow. or Captain America, or many other members of the Avengers that doesn't really have superpower. Even the Falcon, he just flies around. The 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 extra thing he has just help him fly. But when it comes down to combat and all that stuff, it's not superpower. So I think it's incorrect to compare Harlequin contribution to anybody else that does not have superpower. She's just a crazy chick. Okay. Somehow crazy fitting in with the group of crazy is just not good enough for me. Rogue One was okay. I did a review for Rogue One that you can see. I gave the movie an 8, but that's generous. You know, before I did my review with Rogue One, in my head, funny because I thought in my head that I'm gonna give the movie a 7 because I felt like giving the movie a 6 for the first half and then an 8 for the second half. And then somehow when I sat down and shot the video, I said I give the movie an 8, but I'm not gonna. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm gonna go back and reshoot the video to get the right grade, like a 7. It deserves a 7 instead of an 8. It's not a big deal. But after I shot the video and load, I'm like, I should have said 7. It was not supposed to be an 8. Rogue One was okay. I have a lot of issues with the movie in the first half. I actually shot a video that I'm contemplating loading where I talk about how it was up to me to change the first half of the movie. This is what I would have done to improve the first half. I'm not sure I want to load that video because you know how Star Wars fanboys are. They will go nuts, and I don't know. You never know what kind of reaction I get for saying something bad about Star Wars. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hawkeye. To me, Hawkeye was okay. I wish they developed that character more. As in, somehow he's some kind of brilliant uh, gadget guy that create the special tip for all his arrow. But I think it's kind of shoe in BS that he get all this arrow that can do all kind of different things. Who made them? Shield. Who made these things? Did anyone ever explain who made the arrows for Hawkeye? I don't recall. It's yeah, he's my least favorite Avenger. I couldn't care less if he died. I wish he died. If he was killed off in Avengers, the last Avengers movie, I think it would have been better off than to kill off Quicksilver. Wrong death, in my opinion. Charles White said no spoilers. So yes, I will not spoil the movie. Luckily, I did not spoil. What do you think of the first Star Wars? Lois Lane, are you asking the first Star Wars is in episode 1 or the first Star Wars is in episode 4? If it's in episode 4, I love it. Like most people, like most Star Wars hardcore fan, you got to love episode 4. As far as episode 1, woo, not very good. Not bad. See, I don't think the prequel, episode 1, 2, or 3 was horrendous. Okay. I went to see them on the first weekend they came out. I had hopes that they'd be good, but I was disappointed in all 3. And there was many issues with all 3 movies. Hello, Abby. You know, um, there's potential. The story structure was there. I don't have a problem with how Anakin got to become Darth Vader. That arc of the character is not the problem of the prequels. The execution of the arc was a problem with the horrible acting of Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen is the biggest part of you know what in the prequel, because is it a surprise that Hayden Christensen is not in any movies in the past decade? He's not very good. He's not a very good actor. You know, he's tall and handsome. Period. Done. Don't put acting behind his name as far as tall and handsome. It will be an insult to other actors, because the man, the kid, the boy, whatever age he was back then, he could not act to save his life. Why can't they do Doom right? Man from Beantown said, I don't know. I don't know. I have, you know, Doom has so much potential. And I think someday we can enjoy Doctor Doom. Someday, when Marvel bring him back, when Marvel bring the Fantastic Four back into the fold, I think we will enjoy Doctor Doom. We just have to wait 2 or 3 more years. It will come back, but I think in the next 2 or 3 years, he will come back into the fold, because I just can't see Fox wasting any more time and effort into making another movie after the last disaster. Oh my God, I actually watched the last Fantastic Four movie. Holy cow. What, you know, I read a lot of reviews where people say, oh, the first half of the movie was not bad and then it fell apart. No, it was bad for me from the beginning. It was not sucky bad at the beginning. It was not good. It was never good. Okay. I don't care who's to blame. All I know is it was bad and got worse halfway through the movie, and by the end it was nothing but a pile of garbage. How can you mess that up so badly? Oh wow, that was a movie that's just like, I mean, this movie that you know is going to be bad because the actors and everything, you know, like Ghost Rider 2, when they announced that movie is going to be made, I know it's going to be crappy. So, but Fantastic Four, what the hell happened? Holy cow, who approved the storylines? You know, when I hear the blames for Fantastic Four, my first thing is like, who approved that script? That's where the blame should lie, because that script and the design of Doctor Doom right there should have been done. No, the answer, if I was the head of the studio and somebody brought me the design and the drawing of what Doctor Doom's gonna look like, and this is how I'm gonna draw Doctor Doom, this is how he's gonna look like in the movie, I would be like, get the hell out, get the frack out of my office. So who was it that approved that piece of garbage in the first place? Don't blame the director, blame the guy that thought that the idea was good to go. Go forward. Let's spend $150 million to make that piece of garbage of a script. AG Surfer, hello, AG. I would have to take off in about 20 minutes. Just a reminder. A quick reminder, I will do a video next week, well, later this week, but I want to announce that, you know, the signing up for my trivia game is coming to a close next week. Well, this week. The end of this week should be the end of the trivia game sign up. So if you're interested in playing the trivia game, let me know. Sign up on the trivia sign up video. I haven't looked. I know I have more people sign up. I'm hoping to get at least 8 people. If I don't have 8 players, I might have to extend the sign up deadline to get 8, because I cannot run the game without 8 or 16. I need 8 or 16. It could be Sweet 16 matchup, or Elite 8, but I cannot have 7, I cannot have 9, I need 8 or 16. Okay, if 9 people sign up, I will have to figure out like how to squeeze in that 9th player. But for now, I don't think I have 8 players yet. What is a good deal on Amazing Fantasy 15 2.0? If I had to guess, below 10,000. I didn't check GPA to answer the question, but from my recollection of seeing prices around, I would say below 10,000 or around 10,000 would be a good deal for a 2.0. Blackstar asks, what's your favorite comics of 2016? Blackstar, I don't buy new stuff. So I cannot answer that question. I'm not a collector of modern books. I did buy a few modern books. I did buy, some Walt Simonson Ragnarok off the rack. I did buy Frank Miller, a couple issues of Frank Miller Dark Knight. But they're not my favorite. I mean, I bought them because I like Frank Miller, I like Walt Simonson, but overall, they were not wonderful. They not. So no, I don't have a top favorite comic books for 2016. Definitely not. I have my favorite purchase of back issues for 2016, but not anything new. Rob Wise Guy, good morning, good afternoon, actually. The problem, Nick, is studio heads are not comic readers like Kevin Feige. That could be the reason. Fox has had its problem. I mean, I enjoy some of the X-Men movie. I'm certainly not like, oh, X-Men 1 was awesome, X-Men First Class was awesome. X-Men Days of Future Past, okay. I thought X-Men 2 was the best of. To me, X-Men 2 and Days of Future Past was 2 of my favorite X-Men movie. X-Men First Class was good too. Okay, so I put those 3 above, and then the rest of the X-Men, and even the 3 that are considered good, they're not wow. I can say for myself that I am burnt out on superhero movies and TV. Okay, I other people may still be excited about movies and TVs. For me, I have already reached that point where I stopped watching many TV shows. It's not interesting to me any longer. Like Gotham, can't watch it anymore. Flash, barely. A struggle to maintain with Flash. A struggle to maintain with Arrow. Big struggle. And I cannot even watch Legends of Tomorrow anymore. So I know many people still love all those TV shows. For me, I already reached my limit. Big Bear is here. Hello, Big Bear. Man from Beantown asks, you have lots of high-grade keys and a huge collection. Thank you. How do you afford a major key like FF1 on Amazing Fantasy 15? It seemed that it's just unreachable. It is not cheap, but if you buy them 5-10 years ago, they're not so bad. Hello, Ben. I think I got lucky in that I bought a lot of my keys many years ago. I mean, even Amazing Fantasy 15, the last Amazing Fantasy 15 that I bought was at least 5 years ago. At least 5 years. It's been 5 years, I think, since I bought any Amazing Fantasy 15. So to you are correct, Iconic point. I'm spoiled by Netflix and all the great shows. That's why I love many shows on Netflix and Amazon Prime. I just cannot deal with the network TV shows. Blah. So yes, I agree. I am spoiled by great shows on Netflix. But to answer the Man from Beantown question, I think a lot of time I bought a lot of these things a long time ago. It's just that it's a different world for many collectors today. I can tell you the last Amazing Fantasy 15 I bought was a 2.5. I bought a 2.5 at least 5 years ago. I say 5 years, and it was like $5,000. Now that same book is like 11, 12. But when you buy a lot of stuff a long time ago, you can sell them for a profit. It's not. If you watch my recent hauls from CGC, it would be silly. It'd be crazy expensive to buy a lot of these books today, but I bought many of these books really, really cheap. Here's an example, okay? This Hulk 180 9.4, beautiful book that give or take around $1,000. I paid $130 for this. Okay, $130 for this. And like I said, everything that I got back from CGC in that recent batch of books is things that I bought. I think the earliest was the special Marvel editions. Okay. This one. This is the most recent one that I bought like 3 years ago, three and a half years ago. I bought a raw copy on eBay for $90. Okay, so at the end of the day, I think I'm able to afford some expensive book because I was able to flip. I buy something like this, sell a profit, and use the money to buy something more expensive. So it's about making money to buy books. Okay, it's not about I wouldn't be paying top dollars for any of these big books out of my own pocket. I'd rather use the profits from other books to buy the big books. Yeah, the Man from Beantown, the best advice I can give you as far as tips on how I was able to buy a lot of books, high grade books for cheap, is learn to grade. I can't stress enough. There's so many times I keep saying that, and I will keep on saying that because the only way to get a bargain is to be able to spot an undergraded books. You have to learn how to grade. Bottom line, buying slabs are buying retail. Okay, when you go out there and buy slabs, you are paying retail. There are little money to be made unless you know what you're doing. And even then, it's not easy to make profit from buying slabs and flipping slabs. The key to make profit on flipping is buy high grade raw books for cheap, slap them, and then sell them. Okay, that's my model. Hello, Edwin, Strictly Comics. Yeah, I have a lot of people that resist grading. These people, if you are not willing to learn how to grade, then you're going to be at a big disadvantage because you are likely to overpay for raw books. And then if you don't want to buy raw books, then you will pay retail for slabs. There is the chance of profit diminish greatly when you start to look at why people don't buy raw, because they can't grade, don't know how to grade, don't understand how to grade, don't want to learn how to grade. It's, a lot of people that see me with high grade books and high grade slabs, they think that I go out there and I spent big money to buy slab. No, there are some viewers out there that think that my collection is full of books that I crack out from slabs. No, I don't do that. For those that know me, I am not a big fan of cracking out slabs, because it's destruction of value. I am about buying high grade books for cheap. It would be crazy for people to see how much what I pay. I got a lot of high grade books for so cheap over the years. Even this year, even last year, it's well, not this year. This is 2017. I haven't done anything yet. Brooke is here. Brooke, you show up at the end. I gotta leave in 10 minutes for lunch. A hidden surprise is when a book all of a sudden goes up so much. Yes, but then unless you sell it right away, holding on to that book might feel real dumb after the book go through that up and then down. I will load a video next week where I talk about, why sell something, when is the right time to sell something, because I think a lot of people made the mistake of holding on to something too long. I included. Okay, I used my example on a couple of books that I should have sold long ago, but through laziness, I didn't sell them, and I have myself to blame for not making more money. But like I said, it's not a big deal. It's just that if your intention on buying something is to make money, you need to know when to sell it. Okay, there's a lot of people that think that books will just do this. No, very few comic books can sustain a rise forever. So it's like trading stocks. You gotta know when to buy low and when to sell high. You can't just buy and hold. Okay, this is not an investment. For many books are not investments. They are speculating penny stocks. Things that you should buy and flip quickly, not the kind of thing that you hold on to and it's gonna be a good investment for 20 years. It's not. Very few comic books fit into the criteria of good investment in 20 years. Don't make the mistake. Big Bear, yes. I suspect that you know how to grade, and that's the way. I can go, I'm tired of selling. I have said this many times. One reason why I don't buy a lot, because when you buy something, you have to sell it to make money, to make profit. And I have reached that point where I'm tired of selling. It's a lot of hassle. That's why I slow down my buying on eBay. But if I go on eBay on any given day, I can easily see books that I can flip for $30, $50, $100 profit. Any given day, I can do it. It's just that I just don't want to deal with scanning and grading and packing and shipping and all that stuff. I'm past that stage of trying to make $50 on the comic books. It's still fun, but it's not fun enough to do that on a daily basis. Black Star asks, last question. Okay, this is the last question before I say goodbye and head out to lunch with the family. What do you think of the values between cameo and full appearance? I think the market is all over the place when it comes down to cameo and first appearances. I mean, it started out with Hulk 180 and 181. And then I have said this many times before in many videos, that the only thing that's consistent with the way the market treat cameo and first appearances is the inconsistency. I don't care for the reason. For example, Hulk 180, 181, Darkseid, Jimmy Olsen 134, and then other places. It's nonsense. It's nonsense to say that Jimmy Olsen 134 is the book for that character. Meanwhile, Hulk 180 is not good enough to be. And this go across the board for many other characters. There's a lot of characters that also deal with the same issues, where the first cameo seem to be less important than the first appearances. Some people would say, oh, because Hulk 181 have Wolverine on the cover. Is Darkseid on the cover of Jimmy Olsen 134? Like I said, it's so inconsistent that it is silly. That's the best way to describe the way the market treat and value cameo and first appearances. It's inconsistent and silly. And I don't agree with how the market treat many of these books, but at the same time, it's really not in my control or yours or anybody else. The market is what the market will never treat 180 higher than 181. That's not going to happen. Okay, it's not. I don't care what people can pound on the table forever if they want to. It's never going to happen. Just as Jimmy Olsen 134, people can scream about forever people want all they want. I don't think forever people want will ever worth more than Jimmy Olsen 134. It's just a silly market. It's sad and silly. And my advice to a lot of people about that is, you know what? To eliminate any problem, own both. You don't have to worry about, do I have the first appearances or the cameo? Guess what? Own Hulk 180 and 181 and be done. You don't have to worry like, oh, which one should worth more. You have both. Done, right? Anyhow, it's 11:45 on my end, and it's time for me to head out for lunch with my family. Happy New Year. Happy Sunday. The Steelers has made the playoff. Yay me. On to the playoff, and we will play the Dolphins. Who knows? Okay, they look so bad against the Dolphins during the regular season, but adios, muchacho. Until next Wednesday. And a reminder, sign up for the trivia game if you want to win some cool prizes. Bye-bye.